He said that he wanted to play spades when all I had was a handful of heart. I never really was good at playing games. Besides, love is a losing hand, played out and it never withstands my expectations. Regardless, I played the hand that I was dealt. And even though he was my partner, he kept cutting me every time it was our turn, going out to clubs when he still had hearts and diamonds in his hands. So every feeling I thought that he was feeling was just him reneging, so no one is really winning. So today I'm gonna tell you a little sad story about how it took me 6 years to get over my ex-boyfriend. And no, I did not cry every night for 6 years, so get your life together. It was more like 24 months, but who's counting? Anyway, that relationship was like a tall tale. You know, nobody was as fly as him. Nobody was as handsome as him. Nobody was as good in bed as him. You know, nobody was measuring up. But I'm talking about this because I recently watched The Incredible Jessica James, which was like hashtag Black Girl Magic, hashtag Black Girl Unicorns, hashtag They're Everywhere, just watch. She was going around to complete strangers in this movie, and she was just telling them about how she just broke up with her boyfriend and how her boyfriend it felt like she had lost her best friend. And I thought, man, I can totally relate to that. I mean, that's why those scenes were so funny to me, because I was that girl. I was that girl who had just broke up with her boyfriend and it felt like the world was ending. Okay, so the best part about that is the world is not ending. But it was funny. I could relate to it, and I was like, man, I wish, what advice would I give to my 25-year-old self to get through that breakup faster? And here's the reality. You're not going to get over it any faster than you already are. Like, it took 6 years, dog. 6 years. So, and especially because it's like a car crash. It's that immediate impact. And it's almost like you don't even find out about some of the injuries after a car crash until like months down the line. Like, oh my God, my neck, my back, my neck, and my back. So that's almost like what it's like to go through a breakup, that immediate impact of the loss, that immediate mourning of like, oh, I lost my best friend. Ooh, I go do this with, you know, remember that time we walked around Saks and you broke a glass and it was so funny. Like, it just, all those things are gonna like haunt you forever. But you know, there are moments too where I actually miss my ex-boyfriend. Like, he really was a good friend in my head at that time. Like, I had built the illusion that we were the closest of friends. You know, there are still moments where it's like, oh man, I miss my friend. But you know what? Recovering addicts miss crack. So if I'm the recovering addict, that makes him crack. And crack is whack. So fuck him. And that's how I can that's how I rationalize it to myself now. But I don't know. 6 years ago, it was probably harder to talk me off the ledge. You're just not going to get over it any faster than you already are. So if I had to go back and talk to my 25-year-old self, I'd tell myself that the best part about going through a horrible breakup is that if you learn from it, in the words of my daddy, you cannot bullshit a bullshitter. You come out on the other side so much stronger, so much smarter. It would be so much easier to break up with someone in the future, or at least realize that you're totally and completely incompatible and that there will be no need to play a game. You can be like, listen, Bart, I've had fun. Thanks for the cup of coffee. Thank you for the shot of Hennessy, but I gotta go. I've got to go, and it's been real. So if you are out there and you are like Jessica James and you are on Tinder, or if you're even out there like Issa Rae on Insecure, even if you have like accountability, the fact that you caused this breakup, but it sucks because you lost your friend, just know that it takes time, homie. But in the end, you are going to be so much more resilient and so much smarter than you were before. So even though it took 6 complete years for me to be in a place of like, I understand why that happened, how it came into my life, why it had to go, you know, you gotta Ian Van Sant, do your work. And once your work is done, you're going to be so much happier. Even if you're still single like me, because the best part about being single is you get to do whatever the fuck you want to do when you want to do it. And by the time somebody else comes into your life, you won't have to make those comparisons. You won't have to feel like you're missing out on something. You will have all this space to let somebody in. So whether you're like Jessica James and you just need to talk about it, or you like Issa Rae on Insecure and you need to have you a hoe face and keep somebody in the hotation, even though the hotation makes it longer. That was for me personally. The hotation makes it longer. Do your work. But I mean, if you need to be in a hotation, I totally support you and you need to do it. So, always stay free, unicorns. Stay free. And if you're going through a breakup, just hold that pillow tight and try not to have lunch with that asshole, because just think about that. Hold yourself accountable. You are desiring the attention of an asshole, and eventually that's going to make you one too.